Okay, hello. Once again, we're working on this project. So yesterday we got started on the cutscene that takes place in the deep woods level when you finally reach the entrance of the Sayonara village. And yeah, I got the first keyframe of the animation mostly set up, but not quite. There's still some work needs to be done. Okay, let's see. Oh my. Hmm. Hold on, let me check OBS. Okay, we're good. So I'm noticing right now that the order of these objects in the animation editor have they seem to have sorted, not so much alphabetically, but it's how is it sorted? I'm not exactly sure how they've been sorted, but they seem to be grouped by oh wow, kid of mine. No, they're not grouped by type. I thought they were grouped by type, but these are up here, these are down here. Yes. How weird. How weird is that? Okay, so that's a bit of a problem because now I can't tell which of these animation players goes to which of these characters. Yeah, I can fix that pretty easily, but it's a little bit of a pain. So these are named properly, but these are just animation player. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something about that. Here we go, there's one. There we go. Now I can tell which is which. So camera starts over here, looks over here. I'm thinking first part of this cutscene should last about 10 seconds. Let's have the camera start over here, and then around the 10-second mark, let's have it move over here, around eye level. As for the look at position, let's have it move from here to over here. Maybe lift it up a little bit to make sure that the player is in frame. Actually, wait, no, I shouldn't have deleted that. I have a better way of doing this. Just to make it easier to preview. So the camera starts like this. Then it'll go kind of like that. Hold on. Characters are out of frame. Actually, no, this should happen faster. And let's make it a more of a gradual shift like that. Turn off notifications from FileZilla. We noticed you haven't opened these in a while. Yes. Sorry about that. That was my computer. I use FileZilla to transfer movies over to my or the media server in my house. It's pretty cool. We have like this so it's this Linux system that has a Jellyfin server running on it. You ever heard of Plex? It's kind of like that, but it's open source. You don't have to, so there's no like, and there's no ads and other stuff that you don't want on there. It's just, it's a service that allows you to give you, it's basically a free personal Netflix. You can put whatever movies on it you want as long as you have like a way of uploading, as long as you have like a digital file you can put onto the server. And you could like use, you can rip DVDs or Blu-rays and use those. That's how we got all of our movies. Yeah, I used my computer to rip the movies, and then I used FileZilla to FTP them over onto the server, so I don't have to like use a USB or something like that. Okay, anyways, back to the game, back to the cutscene. Let's have just move a little bit more. Just for a little bit, just for I need a little pan effect. In my experience, it's a good idea to try to keep the camera moving. You don't want the camera to be still during a cutscene. You want it to be kind of always moving slightly. And it's good to try to avoid linear movement too. You should try to have it kind of speed up and slow down. That's what this easing thing is for. If you click on a if you're transitioning a transform from one to another, what you can do is you can click on the keyframe, go to easing, right click and choose in out, or just in or just out. This is what in looks like. Hold on, let me speed it up just for effect. This is in. This is out. This is out in. Hold on. And this is in out. It's kind of hard to tell what's going on, to be honest, but it's basically just the speed that it changes from one to another. Very useful. Very useful. This is a good way to keep the camera always moving without moving too fast. And it allows you to define which way it points at the start, which way it points at the end. And it allows you to avoid the rigid linear movement that I don't really like. Okay, now let's apply a animation to the player. So this character should be playing the running animation. So let's get the positions set up. So around the 2-second mark, he should arrive in frame. For this, I'm just gonna use linear movement because I don't want to ease. I don't want it to speed up and slow down. Let's move player next. Player should be stop playing. Should be right behind it in frame. Let's move his feet out of the ground. Let's give the Chirothian a animation. Let's do a running animation. Then when he arrives, idle. Same for this guy. Idle. Maybe this should be a little bit faster because they're kind of moonwalking a little bit. In my experience, it's a little bit jarring. Okay, that's perfect. That was weird. Oh, that explains it. What is moving all the keyframes? Or maybe I should have him trailing behind slightly. Oh, actually, let's have the camera do something else at the end of this. Let's have it kind of moving this way and then pointing back this way. Down. The idea is that there's gonna be a text box showing up over here. That's pretty much it. For this one, let's have this guy idle hands behind back. This one will do idle spear, and this one will also do idle spear. Okay, let's preview this quick little animation thing. All right, I think that's pretty good. I think it needs a little bit more character, to be honest. Let's have this guy bow before his chief. And be like, "My lord, I have brought the human." Yeah, I have to make the bow animation, though, first. Shouldn't be too hard. I think I said I was going to do that last time, but I forgot. Yeah, and then I made like this hand standing behind her back animation, which I used just now, but okay. So okay. Say at around the 10th frame of this animation, let's have it's kind of like that. By the way, this model is kind of it has like all of the body parts for the male version of the character of this species. So what I do is I like remove parts of it to be different characters. They all have this. They all have like the same base model. Well, there's like a male base model and there's like a female base model. They all like share the same ones. So yeah, anyways, this guy's me kneeling before the chief. In a bow of respect. Just ignore the robes that you see here. And the beard. And the headdresses. And the thick brows. And we could just leave the skirt. It's kind of clipping a little bit. There we go. There's just a little bit less clipping now, but still a bit. There's the beginning of the bow. Have him rest his left arm on top of his right arm on top of his right hand on top of his left knee. His elbow's bending kind of funny. Let's twist this a little bit. Move his shoulder forward. And it looks kind of weird. I think it should be the other arm, actually. Let's have his hand on his chest, like over his heart. Let's do something about this particular elbow. As for the tail, let's have it stick up over here, and then curl down. Yeah, it looks dumb. Stick his arm. Let's put it like over here at this frame. This one here. He's kind of like in the motion of preparing to bow. Have him kind of still looking up at his master. Overall, this animation isn't all that long. Probably just going to be 30 frames in Blender. Okay. Let's do the bow pose, which is basically just the bow, but it's like only the end frame. I think I'll have it loop and shift around slightly. Give it like a kind of a breathing effect. So let's make it 30 frames. If you're worried about the animation being choppy because it's like 30 frames, or like because of the frame rate of the animation, don't worry about it. So the way that animation works in 3D game engines like Godot and Unity and Unreal Engine is they actually interpolate the frames automatically. It's not like old. But fun fact, in Halo Combat Evolved on the PC, like the classic PC version, if you played the game at... So the game by default would play at 30 frames per second, but if you played at like 60 frames per second or 100 frames per second, or like unlock the frame rate, the cutscene animations would still be like stuck at 30 frames per second because the engine that Bungie used when they were making Combat Evolved didn't support like I think it didn't support like a keyframe interpolation in the same way that modern game engines do. I could be wrong about that. All I noticed that when I played Halo Combat Evolved on the PC before, like the version before the Master Chief Collection, the animations would play at like 30 frames per second, while the rest of the game would be at, well, your mod, whatever you wanted it to be, as long as your computer was fast enough. It was a little bit jarring, but it wasn't a huge deal. I think I'll have this guy's tail kind of... Oh, actually, here's an idea. So let's make this stuff loop twice. And then but for the tail, will kind of have its own thing going on. There we go here. To here. Oh, whoops. That's not what I meant to do. What I meant to do is this. Oh, actually, that's not quite right either. You know what? Start again. So this is a good start for like a sort of subtle, well, not really, not, subtle is the wrong word, but like wagging animation. But what I'm going to do next to make it even better is I'm going to shift these over by a few frames. All right, that's how it's kind of the idea of it. There we go. Now it should loop properly. There we go. Now what I can do is I can take this set up this keyframe and this keyframe, and then delete all of these excess keyframes. That should work properly like this. Wait a minute, why is it I just realized the first part of the bow animation is a T-pose. Whoops. That's probably not what we want. Okay, easy fix. We take this frame of the idle animation, then we go to the bow, the first frame, and paste it. There we go. All right, I think that looks pretty nice. And now we save and export it to the game. Once again, this black box that you see on the screen basically just means that it's loading, or it's working. It's in the process of doing this, what it's got to do. Okay, it's done. The engine. Oh wait, did I export it to the right spot? Nope. Wrong place. And we gotta do it all over again. Hold on, let me check OBS. Okay, good. I think I mentioned this in a previous stream, but paranoid that OBS is going to bug out and do this on me. It's happened before. It's only happened once. Don't know what caused it, but yeah, ever since then, I've become paranoid that my stream is like messed up. Oh yeah, my stream's running. All good. 0 viewers, but that's fine. I get a few people watching the VODs. It's always nice. So yeah, this guy's all good. And now importing. Now I gotta go to this little goober. Hold on a sec. Well, let's preview the animation in here. Hold on, I need to look at his hand. Okay, never mind. I thought I saw something a little bit weird. I just, yeah. Sometimes when I import animations, the rotation is kind of funky and it like flips around in a way that you don't want it to. Something about Euler angles and quaternions not converting correctly. And I have to get creative in order to fix that. I'm not exactly sure what causes it. Oh yeah, you can't save this. So take this, save as. What am I doing? Sorry about that. Pressing Control S is kind of a habit for me nowadays. Yeah, like that. I think it's a good habit. You never want to forget to. Last thing you want is to work for like 5 hours and then have it crash and then realize you haven't saved the whole time. It's the worst thing to happen. Okay. Okay. Why is that animation so long? Why is that bow animation so long? What? That doesn't seem right. Is there a stray keyframe somewhere? Oh? No, it's just being weird. Oh, never mind. There it is. Was it like that before? I feel like it wasn't, but I'm not sure. So now that he's in his bow pose, we use the bow pose animation. And this should loop. Yep. Okay. I think that looks good. Okay. So in this text box, it's going to be this guy talking. He's basically going to say, "My lord, I have brought the human just as you have requested." Oh, sorry about that. I couldn't see chat. Okay. Deep woods. Scene 1. My lord, I have brought the human as you have requested. Let's have him reply something like, how should he reply? There's several approaches I could take. I could have him say, "Excellent work." I could have him thank him. Hold on a second, I'm editing the wrong file. My lord, I have brought you the human as you have requested. Excellent work. Crap, I need to come up with a name for him. No, I'll do it later. Excellent work. Your job is now complete. As for you, human, well, was it? Believe you have assisted us for in the past. Yes, you have a good relationship with my people. Or so I figured. The implication of this is that this isn't the first time that the player character has helped these people before. Like, he has a friendly relationship with them. But now there is a serious matter. Come. Hold on. But I am now request your assistance on a more serious matter. I sure hope this fits in the text box. I might have to divide it into two. Now, request your assistance on an urgent matter. So I've heard great things in the past. Let's we shall discuss this further in my village. In a more appropriate place. Save and export CSV. Make sure it's UTF-8, otherwise it won't work. I have to actually call the function for showing the text. I think it's activate. Then I think oh weird. I thought I had I thought I had an editable property where I can like choose the text start and like control the scrolling of the text. Apparently I don't have that though. Maybe it's a different script. Yeah, maybe it's a different script. Hmm. Well, I might be looking at the wrong thing. Nope. Hmm. So weird. Could have sworn there was like a way to that there was a way to have to like directly control how text is like displayed in the text box system. Well, I know that there's a Godot engine way, but it's just I thought that there was like a way to do it through my system, but apparently I never implemented it. Or maybe I did, but it's like not implemented anymore because I took it out, which is possible. You know what? I'm just gonna let the text scroll on its own. Okay, let's see if this works. I'm not overly confident, to be honest, but definitely curious. There's the cutscene version of the player. Uh, yeah, it's not working. Okay. Hmm. You know what? I'll do this tomorrow. I'm pretty satisfied with like the way that this looks right now. But yeah, I'll get it actually working tomorrow. Yeah, that's the plan. All right. Have a good night. Um,